Why did you start recording then?
I think it was like at the end of when you said maybe. It was like, I should turn off the notifications. Hold up.
Yeah, you should. For the audience that kind of got a cold opening of me just giggling like a schoolgirl, I was just belting out, yes, and then no, and then waiting for him to record. I just went, maybe, and then it finally started recording. Hi. I didn't see you there.
Right. Oh, yes. This is still the opening strike. And there is someone else probably coming, maybe, Tyler? Should we wait?
Maybe?
Yeah. Look over there. Upstairs.
Over.
First floor.
Are you telling me to scroll up? Oh, yeah. I see him.
Yeah, but he said he's going to need some prep time, so he'll be in a bit, perhaps. So let's just start rolling.
The audience will find out who we're referring to in a second.
Yeah, maybe. If not, we'll just review at the end. Wow,
Pro
we're
tip,
clickbaiting on the go. I'm so proud of myself.
Spoilers, it's someone who's had a problem with Angelina Jolie recently. And he's also related to Goku.
Soon, man. Harambe would be so ashamed of you. Hey, too soon again. 3, 2, 1... Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Shifty podcast. I'm Luís, aka SpartanSloth, and today we have...
Tyler, and I just want to let everyone know that because there's construction nearby, if you hear my dogs going berserk in the background, they've been doing it a lot today. So apologies if you suddenly hear woof, woof, woof every 2 seconds.
Or they will him scream because that means Tyler's dogs are attacking someone.
Yeah. I may, if there's like a dog outburst later, I may have to add like just random screams from video games and stuff.
And also this is very likely going to be an uncut episode, right?
Because fuck editing. I mean, yes. Sorry. Did you hear them? The dog going berserk?
Nope, didn't listen to your dog. Didn't hear your dog, I mean. Yeah. They're cool. Okay. And last but not least, my throat's busted, so don't expect me to like do much with it today. I mean, I'll still talk, but probably not do the questions. Scream, yell.
Well, if you do that, that means you fuck up your voice for the actual question segment.
Right.
So feel free to do that. Oh, now can you hear them?
Now I can hear it.
Yeah.
Hello, dogs.
Here's the thing. It's so irritating because there's nothing you can do. You can calm them down, and then suddenly you hear someone doing something in the neighborhood, and it's like, can you guys like stop? I know you can't control everyone, but it's like just as you calm them down, you hear dunk, dunk, dunk with a hammer. And it's like, fuck you! Perfect timing.
But you see, at least they're your dogs. Worst case scenario, you eat their food in front of them to assert dominance, and then maybe they'll stop. But remember my neighbor with his dog that wouldn't shut the fuck up? Eventually the dog did stop. I don't know what they did. The dog's still alive though. I've seen the dog. But I don't know, maybe they started taking care of the dog, at least.
Oh, that was definitely neutered.
Yeah.
I felt really bad at the start of this because before the podcast started, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my voice exercises. And then Luís was like, I can't do anything because my throat is fucked.
Sorry.
I was like, bro. You were like,
fucking brag about it.
Got spit all over the microphone. And then also, hello there.
Oh,
hello. I see you
there. It's
me.
Introduce yourself. Come on.
Hello.
Oh,
my name is Sonny88p. Hi.
Also known as Super Saiyan Brad Pitt. And
how's
that's
Angelina?
why Tyler made a joke about Angelina Jolie.
Sorry if I'm talking a lot quicker today, by the way. because I know it's an uncut episode, I don't want there to be silences. So I
So
don't
you
have to
took
worry
some
about...
speed.
Well, no, I took a solid mug of coffee before this.
One drug, another drug.
I love how if you say I took something, it makes it sound much worse instead of I drank coffee. I took a mug of coffee.
How did you take this coffee? Mouth, butthole, injections?
Through the eyeballs.
God. Did you snort coffee?
Oh, man. You know you can get like that grounded fucking powdered coffee?
Yeah?
I don't recommend this for anyone at home, but could you imagine snorting that?
Oh God. Don't tell me
Some people
you have
do.
done that, right?
No, I've never done something like that. That's
Tyler
disgusting.
sounds like someone who has done that before.
Before this podcast, maybe. Hey, no.
Hey.
That would be fucked up.
So, it might be like a touchy subject, Sonny, but how are you handling the divorce with Angelina?
With a lot of silence.
I see that.
Fucking, I knew, because as soon as you got asked, there was no response. I was like, you motherfucker, you know this is an uncut podcast. Alright, I'm blaming
Let's
everyone.
give the man some space.
No.
I'm dealing with a lot more stuff than just that. And I'm not willing to talk about it right now.
He's dealing with the divorce papers and
also Cell, who is invading planet Earth. Let's not forget the Super Saiyan part.
Oh yeah. Super
Fucking
Saiyan Brad Pitt.
Cell. It's Cell in English, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I watched it when it came out years ago, but like I can't remember much of Dragon Ball. Except for, of course, the whole yelling at people for like 9 episodes straight.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, yeah.
And, a few Kamehamehas here and there.
And, yeah. The 90s. Brought back suddenly.
What?
You guys should feel terrible. The 90s are a dark decade. Of nostalgia.
No, they're not.
And really weird just before the internet time things happening.
Why are the 90s a dark... What? No. 90s are great.
They were probably most definitely worse decades, but the 90s had some really fucking cheesy moments in it. You cannot deny that.
Oh, shut up. You're being too hard on the 90s. I mean, really?
Just be quiet.
There are worse decades.
Do you remember the music back then?
It was great.
Let's just say every decade is not the best.
But there was something really... Like, occasionally I will enjoy the nostalgia and go back and really 90s it up by listening to some trash music. But my God,
every
sometimes...
decade has trash music.
Oh,
even this one.
Of course,
even the last one.
Every decade has it. But the 90s has something special.
For you, yes.
Yeah,
for other people, it's the 80s. For other people, it's the 70s.
Exactly.
For other people, it's the Nillies.
For me, I think the 80s. For a long time, I didn't like 80s music. Or at least that's what I would say. But it's like rock music, for example. Great. No problem with it. What I didn't like were stuff that here in Brazil they call românticas, which is like romance songs or whatever. But among those would be included shit like Cyndi Lauper songs and stuff, which, as an artist, I respect them. Or at least as people, because I don't know them personally. But I fucking hate some of those songs. And stuff that my sister listens to non-stop, And I was like, oh, I hate 80s music.
Want to have fun.
Fuck you, Tyler. But it's like, I hate those songs, not all of the 80s songs. Yeah, I mean, Sonny's got a point. And by the way, yesterday, I was watching this sort of documentary / short series about the origins of Harley Davidson, the brand. And it's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. And it's it really gives like that the feeling I get from the early 20th century, which is like it seems like everything was just so goddamn new and up for exploration that like people made one simple discovery and it was like a freaking revolution. Oh my god, we discovered this, and it's like, yeah, this is just 10-year-olds know that nowadays. But it's interesting.
Quick question.
At the same time, people were dying of tuberculosis. So,
quick question. Was Harley Davidson, was it one person or was it a merger between two companies, one from Harley and one from Davidson?
Actually, it was like two guys. They got together. From what I gathered, Harley was sort of like the engineer, and Davidson handled most of the commercial part of things. But at the same time, Davidson's brother, who was also Davidson, was like used to race for them in order to promote the bikes, and was also one of the mechanics or something. But no, the company started like Harley Davidson because it's two different people who just got together and started the company.
Unfortunately, they never bring up the other person involved with that. His name was Spacebar. And yeah, you wouldn't know that his name was right between Harley and Davidson. Unless you
Actually,
really
it's a hyphen, dipshit.
Okay. Fuck. Joke ruined.
Trying to be smart.
Well, see, I couldn't even remember his name. He's that unimportant, but he was there. Mr. Hyphen, I apologize.
Yeah, because Mr. Spacebar went to space and started a bar. He called it Spacebar.
That's where Space Dandy goes. He got his money eventually.
Huge success with the Martians. I mean, ask Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. What happens when we have Uncut podcasts? This happens.
What'd you say, Matt Damon out of nowhere?
Well,
Uncut magic.
Yeah, Uncut magic.
Uncut magic. You guys need to have the right intonation.
Oh, I still love that. I will occasionally go back to the Rooster Teeth office tour just to see Bernie full, like, I don't even know what to call it. You know when someone tries acting, but it's so over the top that it just completely
it's called
throws
overacting.
you off. Well, yeah, actoring. But it's just like, movie magic! I'm like, oh my god.
Speaking of, like,
which office store? Because there's two of them.
I still really like both of them, but the first one has movie magic in it, and I can't get enough of that.
The first one has movie magic in more than just one way.
and what I like so much about that is when he turns to the HD camera, like everything else is filmed with this shoddy camera, and then they advertise one of their products, I think it was Red versus Blue, and it's like proper done well. It's like... See, this is comedy right here. This is fucking legendary.
And speaking of decades, that video is really reminiscent of ads like late 80s, early 90s. At least I get the feeling of those.
Nostalgia.
Oh, nostalgia.
Oh, nostalgia. 23 years old, I had enough of this. You and your kids and your iPods. You wouldn't remember the shitty MP3 players that we had that run on batteries.
What about the Discman?
What about the Walkman cassette players?
Oh my god, Tyler, you're going too far back in time.
What about the speaker box?
What about Menestros? Is that the right word? The people who just sang on the streets during the Renaissance? Yeah, those guys.
Do we keep on like going back and then we get like really old timey and it's like, what about the jukebox? It's like, what the fuck?
Hey, Jack.
What about the air guitar?
Hey, remember when there was just a juke? It was just a nickel. Nowadays you can't even get squat. It's like, what the fuck? Someone help? Someone's broke into the house and they give me an old timey accent that's American. I blame everyone but me.
Tyler, that's not the way to deal with your problems.
That's how I've dealt with every problem I've had with the Shifty keys. It's like,
have they been solved yet?
Obviously not, but I am
then
still
maybe you should try another approach. How about it, partner?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes.
That time will come.
But...
Yeah, was that like a sexual innuendo? I'm not pretty sure what you're going on about, Tyler. Are
I
you
felt too
snorting
bad
coffee
about
with
that.
your butt?
Look, I don't want to edit out silences. That's why I keep on trying to come in with tangents. I'm just going to calm down.
Right, of course you are.
Switch to decaf.
Never. Look, I've never understood decaf. I'm sorry. I will never get it.
It's like an e-cigarette.
Yeah, I'm not sure I ever drank decaf coffee, but it's like...
Or non-alcoholic beer.
It's like people who want to taste the coffee taste, but don't want to deal with the caffeine. Is that it?
Yeah, but like...
At this point, you're pretty much drinking tea, I guess.
But I never understood that because it's like... the whole reason why I drink coffee is for that boost. I don't sit down and go, that's a nice tasting coffee. It could taste like shit. As long as it wakes me up, I don't care.
Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Like, there are people, I guess myself included, who appreciate the actual taste of the coffee.
Well,
don't get me wrong. During uni, sometimes I had to drink really shitty coffee in order to stay awake and fulfill deadlines. But given the option, I would choose to have like a nice tasting coffee. But I also like caffeine. So you see the predicament here.
To kind of, to better define it, because what I kind of meant by that is like, I was in the same position where as a student, I could only afford really cheap instant coffee and it tasted horrible. But I would prefer to drink that over decaf, even if it tasted really good, because the whole point of me drinking coffee was for that little kick back then. Now I'm a little bit more relaxed. I don't have to worry about graduating. I can enjoy a nice tasting coffee, and I can afford it. So I don't want to go back to those dark times of having sachet packet coffee that tasted like I don't know. It's like really flaky. Like it's like it hasn't dissolved properly in boiling water. You know, it was never good.
Is it weird for you guys to like think of stuff like this and be like, oh, back when I was in uni? Because at least for Tyler and I, it was last year. But at the same time that it seems like it was just yesterday, it also seems like it was forever ago. I was just thinking about that, I think, earlier today.
Do you want to know why? The reason why is because there's a part of you that misses that lifestyle, and the other part remembers the fucking deadlines and the stress and the anxiety. So it's like, oh man, I miss those days. And then the other half's like, fuck that.
Yeah. I mean, there's
never again.
I don't get it. Your experiences with uni is very different from mine because I didn't have much stress and the deadlines were always met. So I'm just different from you.
Well, aren't you a little angel? I had a terrible time in uni, man. It was so much stress.
Tyler, calm down with the salt.
No, I'm salty. He had a stress-free uni. Fuck that. He needed stress.
Well, maybe because I don't drink coffee. That's maybe why.
Nah,
I needed it.
Because coffee causes stress.
I think it has also a lot to do with the course you take and also where you take.
Yes, engineering, one of the hardest courses there is. Yay!
I know, but maybe you deal well with numbers. If I were to do engineering, for example, I would tear my fucking hair out, like from all over my body, not just the head, because I suck at maths.
Sees it.
Yeah, but it's stuff like deadlines, for example. I never missed one, but sometimes we would get really close. And I say we because in psychology, we used to have a lot of work projects, so it usually always depended on someone who turned up stuff at the last minute, which was usually the cause of stress. But it's funny because it was like, it's the sort of thing that at the time seems like a difficult spot. But looking back, I'm like, wow, that was somewhat fun. Like at the same time I was stressed. I also had a little fun with that. So it's it's cool.
I do remember around like maybe a week or maybe 2 weeks from a deadline, you could kind of see in like every class that I was in, everyone that was still doing the work. Because some people that had it done, some people that went home and just crammed it and did it straight away, they looked like they've had so much sleep. They looked like, they had all the time in the world to do whatever they wanted. They were taking notes calmly. And you could look over at anyone else and you could just see this 1,000-yard stare. And it's like, I could just tell that this guy's thinking about this essay at home at the moment. And it was like, you could tell half the class had it done and half the class was still working on it.
So yeah, you're talking about me. Yay.
The person hears someone turning pages and goes like PTSD mode.
It was something.
Jesus.
I think I best said it earlier. Like, I miss the lifestyle because being on my own enabled me to do silly little things with my life, like get involved with multiple bands,
butt stuff,
play more music, not necessarily butt stuff.
Wow, I mean, no one mentioned butt stuff.
Not excluding it.
But
Tyler brought it up.
That reminded me of the Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh Christ, that video again. It's gonna be like the 12th time I have to link that stuff on the link shitter. Actually, I might not even do it this time.
I think people know it, but I mostly missed like living on my own, and if it wasn't for me living on my own, I wouldn't have had the really active period of time I had like 3 years ago when I was online after coming back from classes and then chilling in TeamSpeak with like all of you guys back then. Like, I got the feeling if I didn't live on my own, odds are I would have been around, but I would have just been typing to you guys. It wouldn't be me actively talking.
Or maybe Tyler wouldn't have existed at all.
Somehow, I wouldn't have met a lot of you.
No, I mean, like, you wouldn't even be born. I don't know how that works, but...
Well, TDBTyler wouldn't have existed. I would have another alias to go under. Yeah.
Now we're doing music, huh?
The new hit single from the Shifty Keys, in brackets.
That should be a night shift video. Just saying.
It's just literally the people clicking and going all the time, and occasionally but in the background.
Now, you mentioned you missed
badum, and then sometimes anal.
Anal. Now, you mentioned you missed the lifestyle, which I get. Like, there are some stuff about the uni lifestyle that I miss. But I think the thing I miss the most is being able to like see my friends 5 times a week for like over 8 hours a day, Because now that we graduated, most of them went back to their cities, or like they got jobs in other cities. So we see each other like maybe a weekend here and there, So yeah, and I mean, there's also the other part that the ones who stay, they're also working, like me and all. So yeah, I miss being able to see my friends every day.
And for those of you that don't know, I went to a music uni, and I remember in the second year, I kind of got thrown into this band because they needed a bassist, and it was a weird, I would say, patchwork of bands. It was like an existing band had been merged together with a solo singer-songwriter and another guitarist and me. And I remember like every day we just crammed and rehearsed. There was like every day we would live so close by that we could busk outside, like right in between where we all lived. And like, I miss that in a way, because back then it was like, I need to rehearse. I could walk outside and probably spot one of my band members and get everyone together. Nowadays, I've rejoined a band I was in before uni.
So it worked. I was about to ask you.
Oh yeah, you sent me a message. I forgot to respond. I'm responding to it now.
Dick.
Yeah, and now we all live in different parts of my hometown, and it sucks because all our schedules are fucked. Like, we don't have the time to sort out a rehearsal or practice session or anything like that, and we're not within walking distance. Like, we all have to take either buses or get a lift, and it's a nightmare. I think we've only had like 2 rehearsals so far, and it's been like a month. It's not been good. We've been practicing outside of time, but it's not like the uni life where I was practicing at home severely because that's what you do, and then exit and then see people that walk into Tesco's, and it's like, yo, dude, have you got bars 37 sorted? Yeah, it's like the bridge is sorted. It was a completely different feeling that I missed back then. But I don't miss the fucking deadlines we all had.
Oh yeah, fuck.
That's what
deadlines.
banded us together. We had to band together and make sure we rehearsed all the time, because if we didn't, we would be fucked that week for our assessment. Good times though. Miss and hate.
But shit.
I don't want to change the topic a lot, but I just want to say one thing. Fill in words. Because Tyler uses bottom and like a lot, and Luís uses a lot. I wonder which words I use.
Sonny, I believe you use
It's possible.
I had to check through all the recordings we have of you, and then see if you go between
Hey, Tyler.
sentences.
Just so I won't miss deadlines, I want that on my desk by tomorrow. Yes.
No.
Fuck
No.
you.
No. No.
I know this is an uncut one, but I kind of have to sort something big right now. Be right back in a second. I'm sorry.
I was going to fade out my voice when I said no. Hey, Sonny, how you doing?
I'm doing the best in the situation that is here right now. Yay.
Good. Random question. Playing anything? Video game related?
Minecraft?
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I used to play that way too much. Hello.
I
just
don't
talking
really
about games.
play it a lot. I just engineer stuff in it a lot.
Ah.
I make machines in Minecraft. Yay.
I used to
For
love it,
classes?
No.
I missed the conversation.
I make a machine that automatically gets you pumpkins, gets you melons, gets you bones, gets you wheat, carrots,
sexual
every kind of food you want, whatever you want, whenever you want, automatically. Yay! That's the kind of things I do in Minecraft.
You know where
Some
to go.
people don't think it's fun. For me, it's just relaxing.
I can see that. Minecraft is a pretty relaxing game. I think it's the music.
Shitty community though, at least from like the things I've seen. I could be mistaken, there could be a great community side to it, but the things I've seen, it's like salty 12-year-old stereotype,
I always get that with when people bring up communities and the reputation of something online with certain circles of people, I always turn a blind eye, because it's like, I enjoy this game. I don't give a fuck if the rest of the fan base is trash and yelling at each other the whole time. I am enjoying this game, so fuck you, That's kind of the motives I've had with those kind of things. Life's too short to get involved with dealing with acidic communities like that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you can choose not to get involved, but at the same time, it's something that puts me off of some stuff. Like, it's one of the things that, for example, puts me off of anime. It's one of the things that put me off Minecraft. It's one of the things that puts me off of Call of Duty. So, yeah, and it's weird. It's like I can't shake the feeling. I don't know why.
In the world, there are many communities. Just pick one. If you don't like it, you can always pick a sub-community.
Yeah, I agree with
Or
Sonny.
a submarine.
I definitely agree that you need to pick a community and just jerk off in it. Make yourself real at home.
Holy shit, Tyler.
It's kind of what I did with Shifty Keys.
I did not. I'm not going to say that. Never mind.
And this is uncut, so I can't take it
Do you
back.
do it while editing or recording or listening?
I do it during.
All three of them.
Wait, you can't hear that in the background? You suddenly hear like a fapping sound in the
Yeah,
distance?
it's his dogs, sure.
Yeah. No, it's like, I don't know, community. Sonny.
That wasn't me.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at the thing. I heard.
Sonny did it first and then I did.
That was smooth as fuck if that was both of you. Because I looked up and then looked away as it was Sonny doing it. What was I going to say? Shit. Yeah, community is just that. You can have a bundle of fun if you are like playing something with 5 people and that's it. Like, I recently just bought World of Warcraft and I know...
Oh, I'm so sorry for you.
That's the reaction a lot of people have had.
How is Auburne?
I don't know. I've been playing on a different server.
How dare you!
But to quickly finish off what I say before I talk about Auburne, like, I'm playing that. I know the community kind of has like some issues, and World of Warcraft has its own little stereotype, doesn't it? Really. South Park keep on proving stuff like that, and I sat there. I was like, well, I want to play it because people in our podcast are playing it. I don't want to be the best I don't want to be the best that ever was. I just want to play amongst these guys and have a ton of fun. That's it. I'm not getting involved with communities or forums. I want to have a laugh with, Talamar and the Cuban and Gaff and whoever the hell else.
And having fun with people?
I sounded like drunk John Depp then. So
no, you just
not
sounded drunk, not Depp at all.
Not yet. I haven't. Planning to by the time this comes out. Yes. Because I had a few issues. First, I played the trial on the EU server, and that went down smoothly. I was enjoying it. That's where Auburne is from. I can't say that name without screwing up the rest of the sentence. Auburne is a weird word. I don't say that often.
Why are you pronouncing it like that?
How do you say that word?
Auburne?
Auburne. I thought it was Auburn.
You created
Is this a British thing?
Look, it's your character.
Yeah, you say however
you pronounce
you want,
it the way you
weird.
want to.
So, Auburne.
That was a little Schwarzenegger.
Look, I can pronounce it how I want. It's my character.
Get to the chopper.
Auburne was a character on the EU
You pronounce
server.
it TDBTyler.
No. And
Say 33.
I realized after a little while I can't play with like Talamar and the Cuban and Gaff because it's on the EU server. The EU server and the US servers don't interact or migrate in any way. So I can't play on the EU server and then walk past Gaff. It just doesn't work. So I had to get the US version. So I've only recently just bought that because I wanted to see if it would actually work. Because you know how my internet is. And surprisingly enough, on my Mac upstairs on a wireless connection, it has better connection than me trying to record the podcast from upstairs on a wired connection. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know. I don't know how that's possible, but I was so worried that ping would be an issue, that I would have a shitload of latency. I've had more latency on this podcast.
You're a
I
wizard,
don't know
Tyler.
what the fuck. No, I'm a priest.
Back when I was a gamer, I used to play with 300 ping, a lot of shooters in the day, and I still owned. So you can do whatever you want with how many ping you want. So yeah.
It's like you were so good because no one could fucking stop you. You were just like boop, 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 around the map.
Sonny was like Tracer.
Yeah, but not the good kind. Not the one with that ass. I'm sorry, it had to be said. Luís,
what?
Don't laugh. Make it awkward for everyone.
No, I'm just laughing because of the way you said it. Yeah. It's not every day you hear a British man saying that ass.
Or y'all. Or reckon.
Or that, yes.
That arse.
When you get Jim around me, all the y'all starts coming out. The southern drawl in my accent suddenly comes out, and it's like, I don't even understand why. Oh, Lordy!
Oh, Lord.
The slaves have escaped.
Oh, Christ. Well, so, do you guys want to...
Well, I guess this is an uncut podcast. Hey! I was going to ask, sorry, I kind of cut you off, Luís. Have any of you two played WoW or World of Warcraft? I can't remember.
Nope. My experience with it is what I mentioned the other day when you were talking to Gav and Tolomar. They were thinking about it. I once saw a little bit of it at a friend's house in a computer that wasn't that good to, use kind words. And it was lagging like hell. So I looked at that and I was like, wow, this is so damn shitty. So I never really got into it. Please don't kill me, Internet. I didn't know any better.
I think it's fair to be, kind of against it, because as an outsider looking into the game before I started playing it, I was like, fuck that. It seemed like such a time sink, and people probably will say, yeah, it definitely is. But I was worried about, you had to know, going in. Would you need to know the lore, the history, all the buttons? Because there's so much shit on the screen. How do people even cope? I would say in under a day or so, I kind of smashed it.
Nice. High five, bro.
when I was playing on the EU server, I kind of got it down. And then I had to start again for the US server, which wasn't a big deal. I was only level 12. But that was level 12 after 3 days of on and off playing. And then suddenly I played, when I knew all the buttons, I knew what to do. And it was like speed running the game. It was crazy. I was like, oh man, I got this down. I'm juggling quests. I'm interacting with allies around me to cheekily get experience from them when they're not noticing. It was interesting. I didn't think I would get into it as much as I did. And I'm a decade behind the train, but yeah, I'm on board.
So did you buy the full version or not?
I bought the full version yesterday.
Ooh.
I actually had an issue, because I bought it late into the night. My bank rang up today saying there was a suspicious payment, and I had to verify my account before they stopped my card because I bought WoW.
Damn.
They were like, it was a suspicious thing because you don't buy these kind of things. I was like, really? I buy anime, games, and music stuff online all the time.
Not to mention the sex shop stuff.
They were suspicious my ass. They just wanted to freeze my bank account. How dare
they? Quick question. Did you buy a physical or digital copy?
Digital.
Let's get physical. Let's get and copyright strike and YouTube fucking us over.
Can you hear my dog, by the way? I may have to
a little bit.
I'll be right back. Sorry, guys.
So, Tyler, no.
I'll be right back.
That sounds suspicious. I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. Sonny, were you pretending to bark outside his door just so you can punch him in the face?
Meow, meow, meow.
And there's my answer. Somehow. I'm not sure.
Meow, meow, meow.
Sorry, family was talking to me. By the way, Sonny, speaking of animals, do you have a Pottermore account?
Pottermore? Yes.
Did you do the Patronus test?
No.
Oh, you should.
Is it
Riveting.
perhaps a question going to be asked later?
I didn't think of that, but if you guys want to do it, it's really fucking quick. The Patronus test on Pottermore, Tyler.
Much like Luís's sex life.
Whoa, how about you go fuck yourself?
Oh, shit.
I could make a yo mama joke, but no. I'm a respectful gentleman.
Sorry. I
bitch.
re-entered a bit too hot. I came in with steam. It had to be let out. And then you said, it was very quick, and I couldn't help it.
Right.
Do you say that a lot?
Yeah.
You came in with steam?
Yeah. It's like when you ejaculate and it's nothing but air. Sorry.
Oh, right.
That is disgusting.
The friction is so great that it just starts like creating smoke around your
Come
dick.
in with steam. It's like... It's like a kettle that's gone off. Oh, that is
White
God,
hot
that's
steam.
disgusting.
Can I get a fan art?
Oh Christ, no! Don't do this. Do you guys want to do some questions?
No.
Not in a sexual way.
Okay, then fine.
Great. So, questions. I can't do the deep
Sorry, I'll
questions
do it for
voice
you
because
today.
my throat's busted.
I'll do it. Questions.
Thank
No,
you.
I'm not even going to try. How did you do it?
You sort of did it.
Did you just throw like your entire voice into it?
I don't know how I do it, Tyler. I mean, I know how I do it because I do it every week, but I don't know how to explain that, even in Portuguese.
Ah. You give it like a very long, defining, like 3-page explanation. Like your tongue has to be at a certain point of your mouth.
Specific degrees and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And you have to say the word in brackets. Questions. It's like, oh yeah.
All right. So this one was sent by Leo B over on Twitter, and the question is, oh Jesus Christ, again with the anime stuff, Leo. Anime scenario: if you woke up as the opposite sex, what would be the first thing you would do?
Hope to God that I'm not in High School DxD or School Days. Or any other really fucked up harem shit.
Don't get the references, but okay.
Well, yeah.
Well, I would just look in the mirror to see if it's actually true.
I would fondle my balls. Wait a minute. No!
In that case, would that be the
if I would
boobs?
wake up and be a girl, I would just check myself to see, wait, something's wrong? Check the mirror. Oh God, what just happened? Freak out a little. Check myself out. Nice.
Ask any man if they were put in a woman's body, what would they do first? I think it's fairly standard to say they would. Yeah, I don't even have to end that sentence. Actually, no, wait. Even before then, I would want to see what character I was. Because if
it doesn't mean you're a character, dude. It just says that
you don't
wake
know.
up.
If I was Yamada, then I need to get sex. We know we got a HK.
No, the question just says you wake up as an opposite sex version of yourself. That is actually like really close to something we we discussed like forever ago.
Oh?
Yeah.
When I know when I said that if I had a opposite sex version of myself out there, I would do things. I would like that.
Like respectfully inviting your other version for ice cream. Yes. We need to make this podcast PG, man. We need to reach a broader audience.
I mean, if there's a girl out there that's basically a female version of me, yes, I would date her.
Oh, yeah, that question. Oh, yeah, I remember what you're referring to now. Yeah. That was a long time ago then.
Yeah, that was forever ago. But
good memories.
Yeah, we were all here, right where we're sitting now, talking bullshit into our microphones.
Yes.
Those were the days.
Yeah, I think as for an answer, it would be pretty much that. Like, wonder what the fuck happened, and then probably check in the mirror, like, to see again what happened, and
check if you're fine.
Right. Please, I know I would be.
No, like.
Okay,
that would be interesting.
Next one?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even know where to go from there. That was, man.
I bet it's going to be a Sonny88p question, though, because I don't think we got many other questions.
Tyler, you are a wizard.
Sunny.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Hey, just because, after that weird question, I mean, with all due respect, weird in I guess, a good way, Leo, don't worry. But after that one, here's one specifically for Tyler. Or, we could also answer based on the looks, I don't know. The Sonny is by Sonny88p, and the question is, TDBTyler, if your World of Warcraft character Auburne was real, would you want to have a relationship, possibly of sexual nature, with her?
Keeping it PG.
Keeping it PG? How can you keep that PG? It's like, yeah, I'm going to slam that. It's like, no. That's as PG as you're going to get. No, I think that would be weird. Because if she was a real person, like, the only defining characteristics that she has at the moment is the shit that I want her to do. Like, not in a... Think about it like this. In World of Warcraft, the only stuff this person does is what I explicitly tell it to do. So how would I know what she would be like in real life? Like, she could have... like
basically, a female version of you in the body that you picked.
Oh God, that would be terrifying.
Shit's getting weird here.
Like, personalities kind of have to oppose each other for like decent connection. Sometimes I don't think that would work. We would be very annoying.
I guess, Tyler, you could take into account like the culture. It's a blood elf, right?
Yeah.
How does it work with blood elves? Like, are they good guys? Are they bad guys?
They're bad guys.
Do they actually eat blood? What's up with that?
Wait, no, they're not bad guys. What am I saying? That's just a stereotype. They're horde. They're good. I don't care how much Tanamar would say otherwise. I love how I hardly know anything about the whole Alliance versus Horde thing, but I've just been kind of taught that Horde is good, instead of the natural stereotype, which is they're bad.
So it's like, would Auburne be a murderous psycho?
She would be a priest. So,
a murderous priest?
Well, I don't know about that. She's killed a lot of bloody low-level bloody monsters at the moment. But yeah.
And would you date I forgot the adjective I was using. Yes. Anyway.
Probably not.
So there's your answer.
It's like, for a start, if it was real, it would be out of my league. Just saying.
So I'm sorry to disappoint the members of the audience who fit the description, but it seems like our British man Tyler here is not into chicks that murder people. Sorry about that.
Oh, man.
I don't think he said
Also,
that. I don't
don't
think chicks
murder
who murder
people.
people would be into him.
But, well, they could be into me with their knife. I mean,
Yeah.
But not in a lovey-dovey way. In a date way. In a sex way. Any way that's basically relatable.
you never know. Look, just because I'm single doesn't mean I can't be something better than I am right now.
Did you actually get a hiccup, or was that just acting?
That was all voice acting, baby.
All right. That was really
practicing for a role. And
That was a
let
good
me tell
hiccup.
you, the character's a bit drunk. I think I've got that character down if I'm auditioning for that soon. Yay, voice acting stuff. Yay.
Ta-da!
But
Right. So the next one is also by Sonny88p. And the question is, can you think of any romantic comedies where the main protagonists are actually good people who do nothing bad?
we got a
What?
HK.
What do you mean by that, Sonny?
Well, in most, well, maybe even all romantic comedies, there's always a guy who's a bit of a jerk, and then he meets the girl who's a bit of a nerd, and then gives her a makeover, or the other way around and stuff. So he starts out as a jerk. In the middle, he also does something bad to lose her again, and then in the end, they get together. So it's always in the beginning they're bad, in the middle they're bad, and at the end they're together.
You got a HK.
I guess I can see your point. Like character development stuff.
Yeah. So can you tell me one rom-com where that isn't the case?
Shit.
For example, She's Got Mail, where basically Tom Hanks just runs her business into the ground and then pretends not to be the guy who's wooing her.
Wait, oh yeah, that movie, man, Tom Hanks was a terrible
With Meg Ryan?
You know? Yeah. Do you guys remember how The Terminal ended? I can't remember the ending of that.
I can't remember the ending of that because
I can't remember the beginning of that.
I remember watching it one day, and I can't remember any from like the middle to the end. I can't remember any of it.
I remember the goat medicine scene because the voice acting in Portuguese was really funny.
That movie. Now I remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess maybe The Terminal, but I could be mistaken. I think there was something like...
did technically lie to her about his job.
Well, yeah, and the woman was in a relationship, I guess? I can't remember.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
well, she was in a relationship with someone who was married, I think.
Oh.
Say what?
Wow. So, yeah, no, that's not the right answer. Yeah, man, you just asked a very good question to which I don't think I have an answer.
Audience, if you have an answer, give it to us in the comments. Attaboy.
Yeah, no, seriously, because now that's going to start eating me up inside and...
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up.
Wake me up inside.
Copyright.
Don't sue us and don't copyright strike this video. Also, give us a like and subscribe.
Evanescence. Big fans. Don't sue. Fallen,
yeah,
best
please
album.
Don't sue. There is one more question here.
I just asked one. Maybe you should refresh the page.
I am refreshing the page.
Oh, is this a first time ever answering a question that's happening while the podcast is loading?
That is amazing. All right, so this one is by Sonny88p, and it's sort of something we just discussed. What is her Patronus?
What?
Well, I just did, let's say a test on pottermore.com. I don't know if you know it. It says my Patronus is a Manx cat. I have no idea what that means.
Tease it. Can someone send me a link, please?
Do you have a Pottermore account?
Yeah.
All right, getting it ready.
I'm sure I've done this before. It's just I can't remember. Thank you, Sonny. You are very fast.
So the thing is, one thing that was lacking in this Patronus test is that it doesn't explain shit. About your Patronus. It's not like this Patronus is usually because of this, and that. No, it just says like, oh yeah, this is your Patronus. Now,
And because I did it during the podcast, I don't even remember the questions that were asked or the answers that I gave.
Yeah, but it's really quick. Like, you have to pick words in a specific period of time, and that's it.
Mine's still loading. Sorry for the...
That's right. So you said yours, right? Sonny, it's a Manx cat?
Manx cat.
Manx cat, yes. Mine is a dolphin.
Can you do a dolphin noise?
I guess.
Meow. Meow.
That's a
cat. And that's a dolphin. So, Tyler,
believe it or not, it's still loading.
What yours will be.
I love it when they add like super high definition loading screens. Oh god, they got music. I'm struggling to hear you guys over this.
You can mute it.
I can't because it hasn't loaded enough for me to get the option to mute it.
Do it with the music, Tyler.
I can barely hear you guys.
Alright, I'm gonna scream. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Don't. For the audience's sake, don't.
So, Luís, why do you think that your Patronus is a dolphin?
Because dolphins are cool, man. And seeing as mine is a Patronus, it's like a flying dolphin.
I can mute, thank God. Sorry.
My Patronus is dope as shit.
Mine's probably because I'm wild, free, I don't know, a little tricky.
Could you say you're tricky to rock around?
I was going to make that joke.
Well, there was another one where it was like, I'm free, and I was like, as free as the wind blows? References.
It's tricky to rock around. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know, Sonny. Maybe because of the whole thing that dolphins are friendly and all that, I guess.
Do you like to laugh?
Yes. I like communicating with people, too.
You don't communicate with people.
Yeah, you don't communicate with people, you communicate at people.
I mean, I do have a podcast and I do work as a clinic psychologist. So I like interacting with people.
Except for that dickhead Tyler. You can go rot in a fucking... Oh, hey, Tyler. What the hell does preen mean?
What?
What the fuck? Not fast enough. It just kind of skipped me. Oh no, how could I go back on this thing?
I got skipped so many times.
Son of a bitch.
Because I wasn't paying attention.
It was like...
It'll just ask new questions.
Yeah, it was like preen. I don't really know what that word means, and it skipped me. I was like, what?
Or it's different questions all the time, apparently.
Yeah. I'm still watching a lot of trees move around, guys. This shit is insane.
Are you high right now? From the coffee?
Obviously not. Yeah, it's just the coffee.
And there is one thing about the dolphin that I liked, Sonny. It's because the whole thing about it living in water, and there's like a lot of symbology behind water. So that's
fluidity.
Cool too. Yeah.
You can also drown in it.
Yeah, I know, but according to like some, I think maybe mostly
water
like
is the element of change.
The Jungian
Earth is the element of solidity, of sticking to your roots. Air is also a little fluidity and more freedom. And fire is temper and strength. I think those would be sufficient for the definitions, yes?
And lasers are pew pew pew. Oh, hold on. And
lasers
there's also
are focused.
I read that when I was studying Jungian psychology and like symbols and stuff.
Jungian. Yeah, sorry, I had to study him as well.
Yeah, and apparently like water has a lot of meaning with the unconscious side of the mind. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway. Yes, Tyler?
I was a thing. Shit. One sec.
Tyler was literally a pile of shit. Good.
I was a pine marten. Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Look around and
Pine marten.
Yeah, I think it's a cat. I don't know why it's pine.
No, it's like a
ferret.
Ferret, yes.
That's it. It's just that it was trying to load on my screen, and it's got this beautiful animation, but it kept on freezing. I was like, that's a cat,
so
isn't it?
I'm a badass space dolphin. Tyler is a ferret, and Sonny is like a cat, Manx cat, right?
Wait, the first thing I see when I type in pine marten on the Google search is pine martens are cat-sized members of the weasel family.
Yeah,
so
Tyler, you're a weasel.
I was half right.
Like the mink, otter, badger, wolverine, and weasel.
Yeah.
Oh, now I saw pictures of Manx cat.
Manx?
It doesn't have a tail, apparently.
No.
Yeah, many Manx have a small stub of a tail, but Manx cats are best known as being entirely tailless.
I don't need a cat. Need a tail.
So Sonny is a tailless cat. I'm a badass space dolphin, and Tyler is a weasel.
Beware of the weasel.
Cats can eat parts of dolphin if they want to.
Fight me, Sonny.
And the weasel can climb up a tree
I have
sometimes.
my dolphin laser cannon.
So can cats.
Fuck you, I can do it faster. Wow, that is not a voice to do without warming up. Oh yeah.
Amateur hour here. I'm sorry, audience. Anyway,
how are you doing? That would be amateur hour. Like just straight up hitting on the audience. Ooh. We used to do that a lot in the earlier podcasts. Now we don't do it anymore. No wonder why we don't get views.
Yeah, I mean, we stopped flirting with the audience.
Hey, it's a pretty good shirt. Just end it there really awkwardly. Like the podcast stops.
Hey, nice shirt. And then you leave the person wondering whether you're complimenting or just want to mug their shirt. Anyway, so I
think just being sarcastic and really finding their shirt very ugly.
There is a term that I've heard in only literature that really disturbs me, that I wanted to bring up.
Is it happiness?
No. When I said, hey, that's a nice shirt, and then I stopped for a little while, awkwardly, I remembered a little bit of something that I was reading earlier, and it has the term pregnant pause.
What?
I hate that term. Have you not seen that term? I keep on seeing it I've seen it very rarely turn up, and it's like whenever anyone wants to add a bit of drama to dialogue.
Is it when you stop a dialogue for 9 months?
That's what I was about to say. It was like there was a pregnant pause. So I was like, damn, she got knocked up quickly. Last time I checked, this character was a virgin.
Nah, I think it's... Okay, Tyler, you know what pregnant pause is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't answer. So my theory is that pregnant pause is when you stop a conversation for 9 months and then you resume the conversation by screaming at the top of your lungs. Because childbirth. Now, what is your theory, Sonny?
Pregnant pause happens way, way, way before the menopause.
Oh, I didn't even think that way, man. That was smart.
Yeah.
You, Tyler?
Oh, I know what
What's
it
the
means.
answer?
It is literally just like an
A
awkward
drama-filled
silence.
pause.
Yeah. It's just another way of saying there was awkward silence between two characters. A pregnant pause as they stared at one another, one waiting for the other to say something, and then he looked up at him and said, "The fuck are we doing standing here?" Then there was another pregnant pause. Silence, I say. Silence everywhere. Book ends, credit rolls, film is made. 50 Shades of Grey all over again. World is ending.
So were they in silence because, I don't know, one of them was masturbating furiously? All right.
Tyler,
imagine-
what book are you actually reading? Is it a sex
Or writing.
novel or?
I can imagine someone walking in and trying to set up like a serious bit of dialogue and then having the words, "There was a pregnant pause," as he furiously masturbated to the sound of silence.
All right. So
we've gone too far, guys. We better call it quits.
No,
before
let's
we-
continue. So he
before
was
we wrap
masturbating. She caught him, and their eyes locked into each other, and then he started masturbating more furiously.
Before
in
we
the
wrap
distance,
up, Sonny, would you
could
like to ask a
hear
question for the audience?
careless whispers.
I'm interrupting you guys.
A question?
Yes.
Hmm.
Can I be philosophical? Can I give you
Sure.
some Jacques Derrida? What is a question?
All right, so everyone, thank you so much for
That's
listening.
not the question. Come on, that's not the question.
What is metaphysically a question? Sorry, I had to study the guy for a while.
What
It was
is
a
our
nightmare.
Potterboard Patronus? Let us know in the comments.
It's still not Sonny's question.
Yeah.
Do you
Sonny.
ever feel like your
Let's
happiness
sit back.
isn't real because it's way too happy?
Sorry,
Wait,
Sonny.
do you ever feel like your happiness isn't what? Sorry?
Do you ever feel like the people around you are way too nice and everyone makes you happy, so you feel like it's not real happiness
Oh, I know what you mean.
because it's too much and it feels like it's fake?
Oh, God. I work with someone that's always laughing at the same tone and smiling all the time. And I'm like, this isn't the genuine you. It can't be the genuine you. Like, it's so weird, you know? Like, I laugh a lot on the podcast. That's because I have a ton of fun doing it. It's an occasional thing that we do. Someone's like joking around work and they laugh at the same tone and volume every day. It's like, I don't understand if you're human or a robot. We'll have to find out. Tune in next podcast as I find out about this employer.
Dun, dun, dun. Right, so everyone, thank you so much for listening. Sonny, thank you so much for being with us today. Don't forget to listen to the outro to find out how to interact with us. And until next time, don't
Pregnant pause.
Yes, don't pregnant pause. Bye.
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 Thanks for listening to the Shifty Key Podcast. The intro and outro music is provided to us by our editor, TDBTyler. To get more involved with the Shifty Key Podcast, you can answer the questions for the audience asked by our guests, or even ask the cast a question of your very own, either here in the YouTube comments or in our Rooster Teeth group. To keep updated with this channel's shenanigans, you can follow us on Twitter, join and watch our group on Rooster Teeth, or simply subscribe. All links will be in the description. Until next week, goodbye.
So should we stop the recording with a pregnant pause?
No. That would be most what's the word?
9 months later, a new episode comes up.
It's a long podcast. God. That would be incredible if we could set it up, time it 9 months from now, and then have the exact same cast. And then you just end the podcast. No, you start the podcast with you from time travel shit's messing with my head.
Or like we start the podcast in 9 months going.
But don't explain it. We don't even bring it up. We don't say why. It just happens. How many? When would that be from now? One sec. Let's find out when this will be released. It will be released on the 2nd of October. Okay, so 9 months from then, guys. Let's try and do something. Put that in your journal. Masturbate furiously over it.
I'm gonna put it on my schedule.
You're gonna be like, what the fuck is pregnant pause? What the fuck is that?
I don't know, Tyler. Why are you naked?